So now let's create the actual level that our players will use, right? And to do that, it will be a good idea to have the proportions of our player. So if we go to the folder, should be the variant folder, where is it? Here, variant shooter, blueprints, shooter character, and let's just drag and drop it. From here, you can see how big everything else is. So I think it is a decent playing space, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I think it's fine, right? Now, we could start just dragging and dropping meshes from the Paragon props, and let's say in the ground, yeah, we have some planes here. What is this? A display? Yeah, it's too little. We have in dusk, I believe there were some meshes, and we can activate filters, static mesh, so we see all the meshes that are here that we could probably use, right? And it will be a matter of just checking, oh, what can I use here? Oh, there is a rock. This looks like a nice rock. I'll just drag and drop it. Here, oh, this is something that can help me build my level and start going from there, right? But it's a little bit messy to work like that. It's a good idea to have like a certain guiding star or a certain plan whenever you start creating levels. Like, okay, where would my players start, right? If we remember correctly, we can define where the players will start by using a player start actor. Here, actor, player start. Right now we're at the middle, but probably we will want to start at the edges of my playing area, right? And we also need to prototype the area size. To do that, we're gonna use a very special tool. We're gonna go to the modeling mode. And what the modeling mode offers is the ability to actually create meshes inside Unreal. We can create boxes, we can create spheres, cylinders, cones, and then we can modify it. For example, I put this box here, and then I want to deform it or model it. Well, first I need to actually create it. Now that we have it here, we can go to model, poly edit, and start modifying it how I see fit. And I can extrude, create a lot of things, right? But we're not gonna use this right now. This is also very useful for prototyping walls, but there is even a faster tool. Let me just delete this thing that we created, and we're gonna go back to the Create tab, and we're gonna choose Cube Grid. We're gonna accept. I didn't create anything. Let's choose Cube Grid again. And what I wanted to show you is the grid that gets generated. And I don't think you will be able to see it because we have a landscape here. But if we go to this side, maybe we can see it. Yeah, here it is. You see? And if we select this and we click push or pull, if we pull it, we will create meshes. If we push it, we are discarding. We can also slide back or forward, and then we can create more. So why is this useful? Well, because here I can start defining the overall playing field. So let's say that I want my level to be this big. I will pull it, and I use the shortcut, which is E, or you can push with Q. And after I did that, if I click on accept, I will go back to the selection mode, and now I have this. Just taking consideration that for now, this doesn't have any collision. It's just a visual kind of thing. But we can enable the collision of our cube grid very easily. We won't have to worry about that. But for now, it's just a tool to check the actual size that we may want to have in our level. And I think that it's okay. I mean, it's big enough. I think it could probably maybe be too big. So I'm going to replicate a little bit of how the other project, the other level, our starting level looked like. And I will be doing the same thing that I have shown you here, modeling. This will be the way to access again the cube grid, and make sure you're selecting your cube grid that you created, this one, and go back to cube grid again so we can edit this mesh. And if I remember correctly, it was just like a big wall in one side and another one here. Again, remember, we can delete everything. And it doesn't need to be perfect. We're just prototyping. And at the middle of this, well, we had this big thing. And how big is our character? I think it's just 2 blocks because yeah, that's 2 blocks. So 3, 2, 1. And we will create a door or something to pass through. Here is where pushing, or well, pulling or pushing are to our advantage. You saw? And then here there was something like this, I believe. And here there was a ramp, right? Something like that. If we want a ramp, you will say, hey, I can only build blocks like Minecraft. Well, that's not true. If we select something and then we click on corner mode or Z, we can select the corners that we want and then push and pull to make them interesting. Yeah, so we can just move those corners. And now we have ramps. And here there was something very similar, right? And it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just need to be done. For now, I mean, I'll just leave it like this. And oh no, it's not true. I also needed to add like kind of bridge that went toward this part, right? Something like this. Yeah, it's not perfect, but we can fix it. Don't worry. And from here, it was something maybe like this. It doesn't need to be exactly the same. I'm just following that layout that already existed, just so I don't need to think too much about it. And here we can add like the corners. I mean, it's really fun. I just want to show you how this tool works. But you can take as long as you want. You don't need to follow this exactly. You can create your own level. So with this prototype, here our character, a quick way to get it working is just by selecting it. And in the details panel, we're gonna search for, yeah, let's search it. Otherwise, it will be at the end. Let's search for possess. And we will auto possess the, not as an AI, we will auto possess the player, player 0, which is my normal player. So let's go back. Oh, let's make sure that we have accepted everything here. Otherwise, if we go back to the selection mode, it's going to disappear and it's not gonna be a good experience. And here I have a little issue. I'm gonna go back to the modeling tools. Shift 5 is the shortcut. Cube grid, and let me just delete this. Accept. Selection is Shift 1. And now, when we press play, because we are auto possessing this character, we can actually play it. And as I told you, we do not have collision, but let's enable the collision so we can test stuff. We will click on the mesh that has been generated by this cube grid, and we will open it here. I just deleted my search, otherwise I won't be able to see this. Let's double click this, and in collision, we will, instead of simple and complex, we're gonna choose complex as simple. What this is doing is very bad, but not for prototyping, but overall for performance in your shipped game. This means that we are checking every surface and making it like a collision box, which usually you do not want to do it. You want to simplify a lot of the collision that your meshes could have. But we're just testing. We're gonna change this. So creating custom collision for this mesh, it doesn't make sense. So now when I press play, now we are colliding with this. Now I can see if I can go here, if I can jump this, I will need my jump pad or my platforms. So yeah, I mean that's okay. That's fine. I think it's good enough. Yeah, just have fun, prototype the level that you would want to create, and then go to the next video.